Hey guys, this is Purna. We are continuing ES6 training session, and today we are going to discuss about spread and rest operator. The spread and rest operator introduced in ES6 version of JavaScript, and these three dots define the spread and rest operator in JavaScript. When we use this three dot with an iterable object or array, this is called spread operator. When we use these three dots with function parameters, it's called rest operators. Both are opposite. Spreads basically used to expand the iterable object elements, and rest operator is used to combine the different variable into the elements. Here is an example of spread operator. You can see the array content 10, 20, 30 as its element, and I'm just spreading that array and printing that into the console log. So let me run this code. So you can see, right? So this array is spread into different elements like 10, 20, 30 that it is printing. So I will call this function sum1, which expects three parameter a, b, c, and I have the array 10, 20, 30, and let me put one more element here, 40. So let me comment out this spread array, and I will call this sum1 functions by spreading that array. So let me run again. So here you can see, right? So it is just spreaded that array, and I'm only expecting that three parameters in the function. So it just taken like 10, 20, 30. In the previous example we saw, when we spreaded that array and logged into console, we saw it just given the individual element of this array, and here also it has given the same, but there is no variable defines in the parameter for the fourth element. So that is the reason it's taken only ABC, that first three assigned to ABC, and it sum it off and return the result. That is why we can see, right, 10 plus 20 plus 30 equal to 60 in our output. So here is an example of how to use that rest operator. So as I said, when we use that triple dot in function parameters, in the function definition basically, so it called as the rest operator. So here I am using three dots and AIGS as a parameter. So what it do, right? It does the opposite of spread operator, right? So in spread basically it expand the elements, and in rest it combine the element. So let's say here you can see, right, then sum2 I'm passing 10, 20, 30, 40. These are individual values that I'm passing into this function, that four values basically, and as expected this triple dot args will combine them into the array. And in this for loop, what I am doing, right, so I am just adding each of this element by using this for loop and returning that result. So if I run this program, we can see the output as 100, right? Because 10 plus 20 30, 30 60 plus 40 100. So this is how we can use spread and rest up. Let's come to the presentation and we'll learn more about this spread and rest operator. So let's understand the theory of spread and rest operator. The spread operator three dot is used to expand or spread the iterable array, object, and string into elements. And the rest operator is the opposite of spread operator. And the rest syntax collect the multiple elements and combine them into single element, as we learned in the previous example. So here are a few things that we can do with a spread operator: copying an array, concatenating array or combining arrays, using an array as argument, adding an item to a list, combining an object. So let's come to the VS Code and we'll explore all these things with the examples. Here is an example of copying an array using spread operator. Basically, I have two arrays. So array 1 contained 1, 2, 3, and I'm spreading that array 1 into array 2. And whenever you want to convert or spread a array into another array, then you should keep that the spread element inside the square bracket, and if it is an object, then it should be curly brace. So the array 1 here I am spreading into array 2, and if I'll run this code, that you can see the array 1 output is 1, 2, 3, array 2 output is also 1, 2, 3. Let me uncomment this line for inserting an element into the array. So I'm pushing 4 into array 2, and let me run this code again. So you can see, right, array 1, array 2 is different now. So this is how we can copying an array using a spread operator. Here is another example of concatenating multiple arrays. So you can see here array 1 content 0, 1, 2, and array 2 content 3, 4, 5. I'm combining the array 1 and array 2, basically merging both the arrays into another array. So basically the array 1 is a let variable, so I can reassign it. And also the expectations of this combinations also an array, so I'm using square bracket here. Here you can see I'm reassigning the array 1 with the new array, that concatenating array 1 and array 2 separated by comma, and it is kept inside the square bracket. Let me run this code. Here you can see the array 1 showing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it is the concatenation of both the array 1 and array 2, and array 2 still remain original, so it is showing 3, 4, 5. This is how we can concatenate multiple arrays. Here one more example of using array as argument. Here is a function sum1. It expects 3 parameter a, b, c, and it returns the addition of these 3 parameters. You can see here in array that contains 10, 20, 30. Here I am spreading that array and passing as the argument. So basically whatever the element it has in the array, it will pass to this function, and those elements will be assigned to ABC. So let me run this code. So you can see here, right, 10, 20, 30, and combination of these 3 values is 60. So if I'll include one more element here, let's say 40, and if I will rerun this program, that you can still see the value 60, because even though I have more than 3 elements in this array, still it is expecting the number of parameter defined in the function declaration. Okay, so this is how you can pass an array as arguments. Here is an example of using a spread operator to add an item to the list or object. So the first example here, you can see I have a array 1 that contains 10, 20, 30, and I'm creating one more array, array 2, by spreading the array 1 and adding few elements, and we can see the output. So how you can add an element into the array? So basically in traditional way we can use push, right? So arr1.push, it will insert the element, but here you can see I'm just spreading that array. So, and also by comma separated I am passing 2 values, 40 and 50, and let me run this program and see. So you can see, right, the arr1 still in the original form 10, 20, 30, but in arr2 I am spreading the arr1, and also I am adding 2 new values, 40 and 50. So the second array that you can see, it's showing 20, 30, 40, 50. So let me comment this code and uncomment the other block of code. In this example, we will learn how to add an property into object. So here in object 1, you can see two properties, foo and x. In your object 2, I am spreading the object 1 and adding one more property y30. So this is how we can add properties into object. So in our previous example, we saw when we spreaded an array, we are giving a square bracket, but in case of object, we should use curly brace. So now let me run this code, and you can see here, right, the object 1 consists the values of original object 1, but in object 2 it spread the object 1 and also added one more properties y30. So this is how we can add an item to a list or add an property to the object. So here is one more example of combining object. So basically it is merging object. You can see, right, the object 1 have a properties called hello and object 2 world, and object 3 that I am using combining the object 1 and object 2 and adding one more property is laugh. Okay, so the expectation would be like in object 3 I'll have the values of object 1, object 2, and there are additional properties that I have added, laugh. So let me run this code. So that you can see here, right, as expected in object 3 we have hello, world, and laugh, these three properties. Here is an example of performing addition using REST operator. So these three dots, when we use in function parameters, it called as REST operator. So the REST operator is used as opposite of spread, and the REST operator combines the multiple element and convert it to the single element. So in this example that we can see in sum2 function, we are expecting a array. Here using the for loop, we are adding each elements of the array and returning the result. So when you call this function sum2 by passing multiple values, like let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, so it will combine this different values into one array, and it will perform the addition and will return the result. So let me run this program. So here you can see, right, 10 plus 20, 30 plus 30, 60 plus 40, 100. So as expected, it is returning the result. So this is all about the session today, guys, on spread and REST operator. Thank you. Please subscribe my YouTube channel Techie Purna and follow me on Instagram, Learn Full Stack.